Listen, I want to get your view on the following. Last week, of course, myself and Benny caught up with Spurs legend Jermaine Defoe at the Soccer Aid training camp. Defoe said Spurs are still one of the most attractive clubs in world football.
He's a club legend, England legend, and he said it before. You know, he wants to win trophies at Tottenham. So it's a funny one. Obviously, of course, it's been a disappointing in the season. But at the same time, I think when you look at, I've said it before. You look at the training ground, all the infrastructure, the training ground, the stadium, everything's there. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those ones. If I was still playing now, I've never played for Tottenham. You know, if I had a chance to go to Tottenham, everything's there. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully, you know, Angie does, you know, amazing next season. Good luck to him.
How important is it for a player, and this can be your own experience, when you go to a club and the ground and the training facilities are unbelievable? Because I hear this said, I've been to Spurs, right? It is fantastic. I've not been to the training ground, but I hear only good things about it. But fans, a lot of fans I speak to, Spurs fans, will go, I don't care about stuff, I don't care about the training facilities. I just want my old Spurs back. I want to get back to winning ways. How important is it for you? Is it for you with regards to how attractive the offer can be from a club with those boxes ticked? Does it make that much of a difference?
It's down the list on priorities.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, it depends on who you are. I mean, the stadium, the training ground can be a bit off-putting if it's poor. So back in the day, I remember QPR used to have a really poor training ground. I know a couple of lads were like, you don't want to go there if your chance comes up, you know. Because when I was leaving Fulham, I had a chance to go in QPR, and a couple of my mates said, it's not good.
Wow. So it can have an effect.
It can, but that wasn't the reason I didn't go. It was the length of contract. Yeah, they only want to give me a year and I wanted 2.
Right.
So I think it can be relevant to some people, but the general rule is it's not that important.
Okay. Do you think that Spurs are still, or are one of the most attractive clubs in world football?
They've never been one of the most attractive clubs in world football.
No, that's why I took the word still out. I said, do you think they are one of the most attractive clubs? No.
No. They're a great club
who
will be really attractive to lots of players, but not one of the most attractive clubs in the world, no.
They're attractive to players stepping up to that level, right?
Well, if you're going to Tottenham from a lesser club, which many clubs are lesser than Tottenham, it's a wonderful opportunity.
Is James Maddison stepping up from Leicester to Spurs?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a wonderful opportunity for James Maddison.
Yeah, because he could become a real legend there.
I think he's a perfect fit for Spurs.
I do.
David Raya, would that be that?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is an attract. How much is the location of a club?
Massive, but it depends. It's become much more. I think it's become much more individual, because if you look at Maddison, for example, we're talking about him, Newcastle, Tottenham. If that is an option, Newcastle are in the Champions League and very likely to be there most years from now. Most years.
Okay, it's a big statement.
Well, not definitely, but highly likely to have continued
more
success.
so than Spurs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's starting again a little bit. So are you going to sacrifice already having the opportunity to play in the Champions? Money-wise, you'd probably say Newcastle or Tottenham be there or thereabouts for Maddison. Maybe Newcastle pay a bit more with the owners. So from a footballing perspective, footballing perspective, you'd be going to Newcastle. From a location, you'd probably say most people would favour London than Newcastle. It's not against Newcastle, that's just the way it is. So that would depend on Maddison's ambition and what he wants from his life.
Did you play most of your football down south? You played for Liverpool, Blackburn, right?
No, I haven't.
Crew?
Most up north.
Most. Okay, is it not split? If it's I'm thinking Crew, Liverpool,
4 years at Crew, 7 years at Liverpool, that's 11.
Okay, club-wise then, it's split.
Yeah.
You played Fulham.
Yeah.
Charlton, Spurs.
Yeah.
Did you have that opportunity to go further north and turn it down?
No.
Okay. If the opportunity, for argument's sake, when you went to Fulham or when you left Fulham, if you could have gone to Rangers or Celtic,
yeah, possibly,
you would have done that.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't necessarily have had a big impact on your world.
I wasn't bothered.
Okay.
No.
All right. If Spurs do get Maddison and David Raya, if they sold Harry Kane, invested the money, and maybe one more, maybe a Lukaku, I don't know, to replace Kane, is that all of a sudden now a Spurs side that should be knocking on the door of top 4? Are they 3 or 4 players away from getting back into Champions League?
I think they're 3 or 4 players away from competing for Champions League.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And those will be 2 of them?
Those would be 2 really good additions, but defensively they've got problems.
Okay.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.